Then watch me do it again. Tell them I can't take no loss. My team hold no L's, no. Aiming for the top, can't make it by myself. I ain't taking no loss. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win.
Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed off-season time, and everybody is going batshit crazy with deals left and right. Yankees are going to get this guy. Yankees are going to get that guy. Yankees are going to get my sister's tit. Yankees are going to get this one. They're going to get that one. They're going to be the greatest team in the history of planet Earth. And then Aaron Boone sits back and is like, we'll upgrade a few spots and we'll see what happens. But what is going on, everybody? How you guys doing? I hope everybody is doing absolutely phenomenal. Welcome to a little late night with Pizza Minetti, I guess you can call it, guys. We're going to break down all the craziness, all the psycho stuff that is going on out there in regards to our New York Yankees. A lot of crazy, folks, right? A lot of crazy going on out there with the Yankees. You know what I mean? You got these rumors left and right. The Yankees are interested in Juan Soto again. They want to sign Yamamoto. It's nuts. Joking. It hasn't gone that crazy yet, but it can. It could definitely go that crazy. You guys know it, and I know it too, all right? Josh, what's up, brother? Macho King, the one, the only.
Cup of coffee in the big time, yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
Oh, I had myself a nice cup of coffee today. Hirsch, what is going on, my friend? How are you doing, Guy? La Sorsa Twiggy. What up, stock trader? How you doing? Joe, what's up, brother? Keith, Ken Rogers. Hi, everybody, and welcome to NYYU. So I'll jump right into today's short topic that we're going to talk about first, and then we'll go from there. Tim Hill has been brought back to the New York Yankees, and honestly, you guys have heard me and Francis talk about this. I'm okay with this move. I like Tim Hill. There's a lot of people out there that are not big fans of Tim Hill. He had his moments a bit last year, but overall, he was a very good reliever for the Yankees, and why make a change if you don't have to? $3 million for a guy that has a chance to have around a 3 ERA. There is nothing wrong with that at all. $3 million for Tim Hill. Sign me up. I will never be upset with that. They see the overall numbers last year, of course. For Tim Hill, a 3.09 ERA, 70 games for the Yankees, 67 innings pitched. 37 strikeouts, not really about the strikeouts with him. It's about that ground ball percentage that you see chilling at a nice 99 percentile on your screen. So a good little start there for the Yankees bullpen. I'll be honest, I also think they made an addition by subtraction, as if you guys did not hear this news, me and Francis also predicted this would happen. They weren't tough predictions, to be honest with you, but with the Yankees, you never know. Jonathan Loaisiga will not be getting paid $5 million from the New York Yankees. They looked at him and said, brother, you can kick rocks.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
We had enough of the surgeries. We had enough of all the back and forth. We're going to go ahead and send you on your way, brother. Thank you for whatever I guess we could thank you for. It wasn't really much, but nonetheless, we'll say thank you and just go ahead and move on from there. But the big news of the day, and I'll, put this one out there. We'll talk about it a little bit. What's the guy's name? Jesse Rogers from ESPN. And look, let me just be honest with you guys. I'm going to touch on these things because if I don't, there's not really enough for me to talk about. You know what I mean? There's not a lot to talk about here in the offseason if, I don't talk about these rumors and touch upon these rumors and maybe just give my take on some of these rumors. He basically said, here's his quote. He could balance out the Yankees lineup if Cody Bellinger walks. Can you imagine his home run totals with a short porch at Yankee Stadium? I'll be honest with you. Probably wouldn't be too big of a difference than Yankee Stadium, as Citizens Bank is kind of a bit of a bandbox, so to say. But Kyle Schwarber is a great player. Let me just start there and say that. This is a really, really good baseball player, a really good hitter, one of the best hitters in the game. You look at the numbers from last year, he's a top 3 finalist for National League MVP, with, of course, Shohei Ohtani and my good friend Juan Soto. But look at the numbers there. 604 ABs, 56 home runs for Kyle Schwarber. 56 home runs, a 240 average, 365 on base percentage, 563 slugging. He is the guy, if you remember a couple of years ago, that the analytical nerds were going crazy about with guys like Joey Gallo. And then Joey Gallo kind of flamed out. And it was like, yeah, he really wasn't good. He is that unicorn, to kind of say, I can't believe I just used an Aaron Boone word. Oh my God. Oh my God, I did it!
Being together with friends. It's what I like to do. Being together with friends. Together the whole day through.
Sorry, guys, but I had to do it because the word he's a unicorn is certainly an Aaron Boone word. And Pete Simonetti just used it, damn it. I'm disgusted right now. Nah, anyway, for real. He is that guy that the analytics was kind of like, yeah, he's rare. Because he could hit 240, he could strike out, he could hit homers, and he could walk. You know what I mean? He could get on base. He could do all that, those amazing things. And the main question you just simply kind of throw cold water onto this is, where would he play with the New York Yankees? Now, you know, you're going to get people that hear this and they just run with this stuff, right? You're going to get people that hear this rumor and they just go, oh my God, you got to figure out a way to get him on there. And look, I love the guy. Big Kyle Schwarber fan, but I got to be realistic. Do you want Kyle Schwarber playing first base? You don't. He's had 11 games at first base. You don't want him in first base. Do you want, is he going to DH? Will the Yankees platoon him with Stanton? And first of all, would Schwarber even do that? No, he wouldn't even do that. And he's played a bit of left field at Yankee Stadium. It's a bit tough. Now look, I'm going to be real with you guys. If there's a Yankee fan out there that their idea of fandom is, I would put him in left field, then God bless you. Put him in left field. That's serious. If there's a Yankee fan out there that's like, hey, look, man, I know we talk a lot about having great defense and this and that. And as you could see on this page right here, let me pull it up again. Take a look at his fielding for a second. His fielding is kind of non-existent. I'll go even further on this, folks. Let me go ahead and go to fielding. I'm going to show you guys something real quick. I've been learning this stuff, all right? I'm cool like that. I'm cool like that, guys. I've been learning this stuff. Hold on, I'm making everybody dizzy. Let me click on fielding real quick. Let's show where they show some of the positions. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, this is probably not the guy. I just read what Hirsch said. Hirsch said, you guys out there complaining about Jason Dominguez in left field. You want to put Kyle Schwarber there? Best of luck to you. I don't think you want Kyle Schwarber. Yeah, it's definitely a Joe Girardi saying it's not what you want. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, the offense is there, right? Everybody knows what the man can do with the bat. We all understand that. We all know that. Nobody is knocking Kyle Schwarber for the player he is. Well, what I think most Yankee fans would knock when it comes to a guy like Schwarber is the obvious, right? They're going to sit there and say, but where does he play? And to be fair, it's not really the greatest fit. First base for Kyle Schwarber is not somewhere you want to see him play with the Yankees' current infield. Yes, their infield defense has gotten better. I think Jazz has been an upgrade defensively. I believe that third base an upgrade defensively. And you go from there and see what happens. But I don't think Schwarber is the guy that the Yankees are going to go after and try to hope to make their team better. Before I get to voicemails and a few other things, let me pull up voicemails too real quick. I do want to, so Aaron Boone was on Talking Yanks, I believe it was, and my good friend Francis Lee, I love this guy, man. This doesn't have his phone number or anything. Okay, yeah. Look at this. This guy sends me notes. He's like, hey, I know you're going live. I know you're not going to watch it. I did a quick rundown of what was talked about. So I do want to share and address a couple of things about what Aaron Boone said today. Aaron Boone said there's belief that they believe Rice can be elite at either position, meaning first base or catcher. Now, you guys have heard me say this. I have said this often now, that I really believe that Ben Rice could be an above average first baseman by just watching him out there. Now, the main thing Ben Rice has to work on is his footwork. So it's unbelievable to me that I could sit here and say I actually really agree with Aaron Boone on this, because I do. I think the Yankees can very well sit back and go, we have our first baseman for next year. Let's build upon that. Let's figure some things out there. I think Ben Rice can be that guy and be an above average defensive first baseman for the Yankees. Here's my only hope. Make your minds up. Make your minds up. He said that as it stands right now, of course, you don't really know what could happen. He said that Ben Rice could be the first base and maybe get, 10 to 15 starts at catcher. All right. I don't even want to hear that at that point. You know what I mean? To me, you got to get to that point where if Ben Rice is your first baseman, he's your first baseman. I don't care about, we got to get him behind the plate every now and then. No, that's why you go out there and get a right-handed veteran catcher that you then pair along with Austin Wells and cut the shit. You know what I mean? Cut this shit off. We could play these guys. No. Let him be a first baseman. Let him learn his position. Let him get good. Let him be all right. But Ben Rice showed a ton last year. If you saw those numbers, and I'll do this just for the hell of it, let's have fun. I like having fun on here. That's what we do. I'm going to throw this up again, right? This is our friend, Kyle Schwarber, okay? Just keep that in your mind. Look at the red. Focus on the red. Say, let me focus on the red. He's a serial killer too, right? Focus on that red. Let me show you guys a little Ben Rice now. This is what Benjamin Rice did for the Yankees last year, all right? Here's a little bit of Benny action for you guys. Take a look at that. Take a look at that. Take a look at that. Now, I'm not saying that you pull this screen up and you build your whole team around this one screen, but it's valuable to have a conversation, is it not? It's exciting to talk about this stuff. It's exciting to see a young Yankee prospect, not named Aaron James Judge, come up and do something good. The Yankees look like they have a keeper on their hands. It looks like Ben Rice could very well simply just sit there and go, I am indeed the first baseman. And we'll get into all the other crazy questions of rumors and stuff that's out there. But I want to stick with the Aaron Boone interview because there was some good things in here. He said he feels the Jays' success spoke to the success of platooning / analytics. Now, platooning to a degree means you platoon right. The Yankees don't always platoon right. As I can go back and say this. Jazz Chisholm, 30 home runs, 40 stolen bases, like him or not, was one of the best offensive Yankees this season. Whether you're a big fan of Jazz or not, he indeed was. They got far with him. The Yankees decided that we will bench him in the first game of the playoffs. It took countless media pushback, fans scratching their head, and people all around going, what on God's green earth are you guys doing here? Here's the problem with the Yankees. Platoon correctly. You don't have to platoon everybody. You don't have to say, well, a lefty's in. I guess you got to have everybody be a right-handed hitter. You don't have to do that. And this is the thing that drives me nuts about this organization, is that they want to compare to things, and I got to compare to this one and that one, but you do it worse than everybody. Aaron Boone then goes on to say, I think we do the analytics stuff better than everybody. No, you don't. You guys are one of the main reasons why for years I hated analytics, and to this day, I can't stomach the way you all do analytics. I just heard Alex Rodriguez talk the other day, and thank you to A-Rod for saying straight up, I stand by the stuff I've said about the Yankees because I love the Yankees. And I want to see the Yankees win. Guess what? People sometimes get mad at me and go, Pete, why don't you just be one of the boys? Why don't you just be, wouldn't things be easier for you, Pete, if you were just one of the boys and you just fit in, quote unquote, if you just kissed a little bit of ass? I'm sorry. Pete Simonetti ain't a fan of kissing ass. I love the Yankees too much to sell out and kiss ass. I'm going to tell it like it is. And I got to agree with Alex Rodriguez. The Yankees can say whatever the hell they want. Analytics isn't the problem. The problem is you guys have no clue what you're doing. That's the problem. It's the way you all reveal the analytics to the rest of the league. Everybody knows you guys aren't predictable. Managers see what you're doing a mile away. It's because you do the same shit constantly and you look like a damn fool doing it. That's the problem. Where's Anthony Volpe's Rod Thompson? You guys talk about a smart platoon? That would have been a smart platoon last year. Where was it? That could have been a better platoon. The man can't hit right-handers. Where's your platoon at? So again, take your platoon nonsense and shove it up your fucking ass because all it is hot air. Let's continue on. Apparently he was not really upset with Weaver, but he was kind of upset with his struggles. Mentioned that Weaver would make a lack of adjustments, wouldn't try to make adjustments, blah, blah, blah. I don't think Weaver's coming back to the Yankees. Doesn't read too deep into Yankees being one of the teams that strike out the most. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll say this again, and I'll say it again and again and again. Major leaguers in baseball today, they're going to strike out, but you got to have a balance. The problem with this Yankee club is they have strikeouts up and down, up and down, up and down the lineup. That's the problem. I don't know if you guys remember, but I predicted these things pretty well when it came to the Blue Jays series against the Yankees. The Blue Jays are a team that tends to put the ball in play. Now, I'm going to be real with you. I don't necessarily know where the Dodgers ranked in strikeouts as a team overall, but I do know one thing. I do know they put the ball in play. I do know the Dodgers hit when they needed to. I do know the Blue Jays are about as pain in the ass gets. I do know they are a gritty team and they know they can work pitchers and keep going. Aaron Boone one time said the Yankees worked the pitcher when the pitcher struck out 18 of his hitters. That's on record. That is not a lie. That is on record. That is not a lie. So you can never take Aaron Boone seriously when he says that. And of course, there was no pushback there. Said he's aware that the bullpen walked too many guys and that they lacked velo most of the year. That's a good thing to recognize. They obviously need more velocity in their bullpen. That's pretty obvious. Admitted he wished he had the courage to lean on some different guys in big moments early in the season. Admitted he wished he had the courage to lean on some different guys in big moments earlier in the season. I mean, you are the manager, brother. Who are you scared of? You wish you had the courage. Well, what do you need the courage to make changes? What are you scared of how somebody's going to feel? I mean, that's a wild quote to me. I would have simply sat there and said, so Aaron, whose feeling did you not want to get hurt? I'm just confused here. Like, what do you mean the courage? You're the manager. What are you, Courage the Cowardly Dog, or whatever the fuck his name is? Well, what is that about? You wish you had the courage to do that, okay? Volpe had a lot of stuff going on. At any point in the season, there could be half a dozen guys that are playing through things that other players sit out for. So, once again, going to the defense of Anthony Volpe, he was too tough for his own good, and we decided to keep playing him when he was hitting 200. I pressed the wrong button. Let's try this again. When he was hitting 200. Se murió. The Yankees decided that was still the right time to continue to run him out there all the time. So, I mean, that to me, again, is just something else that I think is really unbelievable. So that's the stuff that Aaron Boone said, and kind of the first time everybody has gotten a chance to hear from Aaron Boone overall and go from there. But Brian Cashman said he's going to look to address the weaknesses of the team. Obviously, I don't fully believe that they believe that Anthony Volpe's a weakness, guys. You're going to hear this a lot from me, and you're going to get very, very tired of hearing my voice say this name over and over and over again, but I'm going to say it over and over and over again. If I'm sitting down, right, and I am in a room with Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone and Michael Fishman and everybody else, and we're going to start doing our baseball operations and our list and everything else that we're going to talk about. Okay, let's do that. Well, Pete, what do you think should be number one? Me? Well, fairly simple. Bo Bichette. How a guy who takes every issue with the Yankees and makes it better is not the first name you look at on that list. It tells you everything you need to know about the organization and where they are. It tells you all you need to know about the organization. And I'm also, Bless the Fish, what's up, brother? Lorenzo, what's up, fam? I'm also going to do a little something else here for everybody. And by the way, guys, voicemail line is open, 804-592-6160. Again, that is 804-592-6160. Voicemail line is open. I'm going to do something for everybody here that I haven't necessarily done in the past, okay? I'll do it right now. Forget his defense. Because I know people are going to sit there and go, Pete, but the defense, okay, cool. Forget the defense, right? Let's be wise here. How many players on free agency can you get with just money that would really make the Yankees, that you know almost as a fact will make the Yankees a better team? How many guys are out there? And if you take the defense out, for now, I'll get to it, and you go offensively, how much of a better team does he make the Yankees? How much of a better team does he make? And I'm asking the community, I'm asking you guys this. How much better do you think he makes the Yankees? If you just say, for the bat alone, the offensive alone, does he make the Yankees significantly better? We got some way betters. Isn't Bo the only free agent hitting over 300? I mean, there's not many guys that hit over 300, so yeah, he's probably right there. He's probably right there. Much better. We got another one there. Way better. Much better. And you take him away from a division rival. Light years better. This is my good friend William Henry. Way better. Much better. And did anybody also see the grittiness of a Bo Bichette? A guy that said, hey, look, man, for me to play, I'm going to have to take my first reps at second base. I understand that. And on top of that, I can't take an extra base. Now, if I knew I was going to hurt the club, I wouldn't do it. Bo Bichette did something just about every single game he was in, including in the possible winning Game 7 effort, a losing effort, I should say, a huge 3-run home run off of Shohei Ohtani. And I don't know how anybody else can sit around and think and not figure that Bo Bichette should be the name the Yankees specifically target and build their offseason around. And for anybody sitting there and going, well, Pete, if they believe in Anthony Volpe, why would they do that? Well, I'll tell you why they would do that. Because the Yankees should be looking to win a World Series. The Yankees shouldn't be looking to make people happy. Aaron Boone said he wished he had the courage to make some different moves earlier in the year. Can you imagine this? This is, by the way, again, a grown man saying this. I just wish I'd had the courage. Well, you're the boss, according to the field strategy. You are the general out there. Make the changes. Bo Bichette adds a level of toughness that this team desperately needs. And as I believe that was it David or who was that said that up there? I like to give credit where credit's due to people who make good points. Where the hell is it? There's another one. Oh, David Douglas said, and you take him away from a division rival. Yes, and I want to throw this one on the screen too. 1 second, man. Let me put this on the screen because you know my guy, Everyday Scotty Wright. Everyday Scotty Wright is always on the money. This is a brilliant point. Look at this point right here, right? Bo doesn't require a deep dive analysis. He makes us a better team. It's really that simple. That's the reason why I said, don't worry as much about defense. Even if you decided, I'm going to have Bo Bichette play shortstop this year, but we really don't like him there. We would like to make him a second baseman in the future. Well, do it. Go ahead. Who's stopping you from doing it? Who's stopping you from eventually putting him at second base in 2027? And then who knows? I don't know what Anthony Volpe did during that time, but I'll play along with you, Yankees. I don't know. Maybe he spent some time in the minors and he's developed and he's doing a little better. I don't know. I'm just saying. That's all. I'm just bringing it up. You never know. So I'm trying to be as nice as I can to the New York Yankees to go ahead and get another one of these type of guys on the team who does not strike out. Bo at the top of the lineup makes everybody after him better, including the captain of the Yankees, Aaron Judge. Think about this for a second. What if the Yankees decided to go Bo, Rice, Judge? Maybe they go Dominguez, Bo, Judge, Rice. I don't know. I'm just throwing shit at the wall and see what happens. That's all I'm doing. And then you got people like Bubba who says, oh, look at his negative outs above average. Oh my God, because everybody got to be a Gold Glover, folks. Oh my God. I forgot the Dodgers just won a chip with one of the worst defensive outfielders in baseball. I forget that everybody has to be phenomenal defensively. We got to make sure everybody on the club is so legit defensively. Even if they hit 220, it's okay. They could defend the ball. They could feel the baseball. Don't worry, guys. That'll make us better. Anthony Volpe wasn't that good defensively. Let me tell you guys something real quick. Let me tell you guys something. You ready for this one? You ready? If Anthony Volpe hit 300, then let me do this a little better. If Anthony Volpe hit 311 last year with a 357 on base percentage, a 483 slugging, and an 840 OPS, nobody would be talking about Bo Bichette. Matter of fact, nobody would be questioning we need to replace our shortstop. You know what people would be saying? Why is Anthony Volpe not signed long-term yet? Case closed. Case closed. Shut the door. And that wasn't paint. That was a strike right down to Johnson.
Happy painting. God bless.
That's what everybody would be saying. But everybody wants to make it so complicated because, oh my God, you got to have this great defender everywhere, folks. Got to have a great defender all over the place. That's what makes you better. Bullshit. And on top of that, too, yes. Anthony Volpe is going to start getting some money now because it's year one of arbitration, maybe $3.5 million or so, something like that. But we'll see what he eventually does get. Rod Thompson, my brother, the one, the only.
All rise, motherfucker.
Whoops. Rod Thompson says, like Evan Roberts said, Yankees have to rid themselves of the drug called Anthony Volpe. I wouldn't mind going after Bregman too. You know, there's a lot of players I'm all for, man, just to make this club better. You know, I don't know if Bregman's the guy to go after. I don't know if that's the deal. A lot of people aren't going to like me saying this, but I don't mind a platoon at third base. I really don't. Look, everybody heard me the other night with Francis, right? I told everybody the two moves I would make. Just all talking about the offense, defense. Okamoto and Bo Bichette will be two guys I would have on my top of my list. Okamoto and Bo Bichette would be the two guys I would sit there and say, let's figure this shit out. We just added potentially the left side of the infield that puts the ball in play, that doesn't strike out, that plays, third base and plays really good defense. He helps with the range over there. He's a two-time Gold Glover in Japan at third base, one-time Gold Glover at first base. He can play multiple positions if needed. And let's be honest, the Yankees certainly need fundamentals on this team. They need guys who just naturally have it. And let's be real here. Name me a Samurai Japan player who doesn't have fundamentals. I don't think one exists, to be quite honest with you. Frank, my guy, says, let me put it this way. Are any of you at all terrified every time a ball is hit the bow like you are with Volpe currently? Mach with a great point. Pete, I don't want to hear shit about the luxury tax. Look, man, I'll say it now, and I'll leave it at this. If the Yankees do decide, and Hal Steinbrenner says, I want to cut to 275, I'm going to tell you guys now, the Yankees ain't winning dick. The Yankees are not winning dick. And that sucks, because I could sit here on November 5th and tell you that. If the Yankees' idea that, nah, we're good, we can maybe sign one guy and then we'll make some small trades potentially and we're going to be a great team. If the Yankees decide we're going to dial it back, the Yankees are toast. Because let me tell you right now, there's a lot of people that keep saying, oh, Pete, Boston's not going to do this. They're not going to spend. I think Boston's going to have a decent offseason. And I think Boston recognizes we have a legitimate superstar in our hands in Roman Anthony. And they were such a better team with Roman Anthony on that team. And mind you, Trevor Story, if you guys didn't hear this, Trevor Story is no longer a free agent. He opted in. He said, I just had my best year in years. I ain't going nowhere. I'm staying in Boston. I love that wall. I love playing here. I love hitting the ball off the wall of the left field. It makes my batting average go up. I'm a better player here in Boston. I'm going to stay here. I think he almost had 100 RBIs. Hell, Boston should be happy. Boston should be happy. Toronto's happy because maybe they would have went after Bo. So that's another team that maybe will not, obviously wouldn't probably be involved in Bo then, but Trevor Story opts in, and Boston got a good club. Boston got to figure out a little bit of pitching. And then let me tell you something. Boston and Toronto, you could be looking at two teams right there that the Yankees are going to have to get to work on. I'm not saying the Yankees can't win a division. I'm not saying the Yankees can't do this. I'm not saying the Yankees can't win the World Series. I'm sitting here right now and saying if Hal Steinbrenner comes out and gives a big middle finger to all of the fan base, which is exactly what that would be. He would be looking at me. He'll be looking at you saying, fuck you. Because that's what that would be. We are on year 16 of losing. Aaron Judge is one of the greatest players of all time. We ain't going to support getting him a ring by putting great more players around him. We're going to dial it back. That's what we're going to do. If Hal Steinbrenner decides that is the route he goes, folks, we'll enjoy our season together. Hell, we'll have different takes on highs and lows and ups and downs. But I could tell you this. There will not be one of us that is overly confident that the Yankees can win. Fact of the matter is, me and Francis sat here and we gave our teams, and Francis is the financial guy here. He knows the numbers well. He knows all that fun stuff. It's what Francis really enjoys doing. And after hearing the moves that I would make that I think made the Yankees a whole lot better, he said, you know what's crazy about your take? You're probably barely breaking 300 million, if breaking 300 million. Depends on what Bo gets. Depends on what Akamoto gets. I even had the Yankees getting Imai. I love Imai. I think that's a very smart deal for the Yankees. Oh, but Pete, they got pitching. Never have enough. And if you get a 27-year-old that is legitimately legit, you then have a plethora of prospects you can deal and dangle out in front of anybody and say, I got to figure shit out. Figure out what you do with Jason Dominguez. Rumor is to be playing for Escogido in Lidom. Let that kid get some playing time and go from there. It's going to be interesting. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to go ahead and I told you guys voicemail line is wide open today. Just hanging out tonight, guys. Always a fun thing to do. Let's get the voicemails going with Kyle Millet. They say
Malay is the way.
Hey Pete, Kyle Millet here. Hope everyone is having a good off season so far. I just can't wait till the winter meetings. Like,
okay.
that's the time of the off season that I like. And the off season, I think the Yankees are gonna have. I think I'm being optimistic here, but Kyle Tucker. I think they trade for Schwarber.
Woo!
And
Hey, doggy!
get one more contact bat, probably one of those Japanese players. But yeah, let me know what you think about that. Just wanted to check in with you, and hope everyone has a good off season, and hopefully we get some news soon. Go Yankees!
My birthday's Saturday.
Oh yeah, and my daughter's birthday is Saturday.
Oh, happy birthday!
She turns the big 10.
Oh, how
So
cute.
she
God
turns
bless
10
her.
years old this Saturday.
Oh,
All right,
God
have a good
bless her,
night.
Malay.
Go Yankees.
God bless your daughter, Malay. Tell her we said happy birthday. She's probably listening right now. Happy birthday. Caitlin, I think her name is, right? I think it's Caitlin. If I'm wrong, I apologize, Kyle. I'm apologize. I'm not good with names. A lot of times I apologize if I'm wrong, but happy birthday early on. But Kyle Malay, I tell you what, I mean, that's the shit. That's the type of off season that if the Yankees did it, nobody will complain. Nobody will be upset. We'll all be happy. Scooble, you know, a lot of people get upset with me when I say this, but I think there's other teams that Detroit would trade Scooble to, and I'm not saying that the Yankees can't get him. My worry with the idea of Scooble to the Yankees is, would Brian Cashman look to do the Soto thing again? I don't think he would. And maybe I could be wrong on that. Maybe it doesn't, you know. But here's my thing that I see about that. the Tigers are probably going to demand George Lombard in that deal. His father's a coach for them. That would be a dream come true for the Tigers. They don't really have an active short. They do now. Teal. Teal's a very good-looking player. Teal or Montgomery? Colton Montgomery. I think it's Montgomery who plays short. Teal is the catcher. That looks really good, too. They got a good young team there. Oh, my God. I'm talking about the White Sox. The Tigers. My bad. The Tigers don't really have a shortstop like that. So, delete all of what I just said. I just got the White Sox confused with the Tigers. But George Lombard's dad coaches for the Tigers. So, if I kind of had to put two and two together, I think they'll ask for him plus. And I don't know if Brian Cashman does it. I don't know if they're sitting there going, we want 2 top prospects and 2 lower level guys, or 3 top prospects potentially. Even if it's 1 year for a guy like Skubal, they can ask for that. You know what I mean? They can ask for that. I don't know if Brian Cashman would honestly sit there and say, yeah, let's make that deal happen. I don't think so. I don't think Brian Cashman, that's my confidence there. And I feel like, I hate saying this, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. I feel like the New York Mets would have a chance of getting him. And I think that's something there where Steve Cohen can't miss and David Stearns can't miss. Now, David Stearns is a bit of a smart guy. He's a smart GM. And I think David Stearns would try to build a rotation maybe more around the young guys than saying, let's go ahead and give these young guys up to bring Skubal over here. But in reality, if you are the New York Mets, you would have to really, really love a deal like that to add Skubal over there. It just feels like something the Mets could potentially do. Now, maybe they also don't want to give up what it costs, but they do have a lot of good young pitchers that I think would entice the Tigers of saying we could throw these young guys into our rotation now, makes us a lot better. I think that does make sense for them. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
Yo, Pete.
Oh, God.
I was given a choice of choosing you or Francis Lee. I chose Francis Lee. I thought he did the song and the video better than you.
Let me pause this real quick, nitwit. It wasn't choosing between me and Francis Lee, dummy. What do you got? Fucking oatmeal coming out your ears? You clogged up there, crackle dick? It wasn't about choosing who's better between me and Francis. It was what personality are you more, genius? Oh my goodness.
I'm just being honest. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
And where are you calling from? The fucking local county bar?
I just thought Francis did a better job. That's all I'm saying. Now let's get into...
Yeah, let's get into it, you son of a bitch.
Free agency. Or on trades. They should get Bregman, Tucker, Bellinger, Grisham, Valdez, JT Realmuto, Bo. They should get Quan. They should get Valdez, Verlander, Michael King, Dylan Cease, Pete Fairbanks. Let's bring IKF back. No, I'm just joking. Michael King would be a very good.
Where's this guy calling from?
Pitcher. He can handle New York. His stuff got better. And in the playoffs, Michael King can be a huge weapon out of the bullpen, which he was with us when we first had him. And definitely get Bo. Guy's contact, doesn't strike out. Obviously, he can hit in the playoffs. Even a bum knee, the guy was fucking jacking home runs and hits left and right. Bregman is one I want. He's a gamer. You see him, Springer, and Tucker hitting the playoffs. They don't strike out. Every count always 3-2. Bregman can play defense. Bregman can play second base if need be. I'd rather have Tucker over Bellinger because the same reason Tucker is a way better offensive player than Bellinger. And he's not that bad defensively that everyone wants to say, but if I had to go with 3 players, it would probably be Tucker, Bo Bichette, and Bregman. If the Yankees were going to spend big, those are 3 offensive players I would sign to make the offense better, and also a little bit with the defense.
Is somebody playing the harmonica? Where the fuck are you calling from? That was an old man playing the harmonica. Hold on a second. Listen to the end of this.
3 offensive players I would sign to make the offense better, and also a little bit with the defense.
Bro, somebody is going in the background of that harmonica, fam. I don't know where this man is calling from, but that harmonica player that man was going in. I have not seen somebody put on work on a harmonica in ages. Let me hear this again.
Those are 3 offensive players I would sign to make the offense better, and also a little bit with the defense.
All right, I had enough of hearing Crackle Nuts' voice. Shut up, damn it. Now you're gone. Whatever the hell Crackle said. I like Tucker, and I want to clear the air up on something real quick, okay? I want to clear the air up on something real fast. All right? I'm going to go ahead and do this and clear this air up. I got a message the other day. Got a hair on my face. I got a message the other day. Somebody starts it with, now, Pete, I know you don't like Cody Bellinger. When did I ever say I don't like Cody Bellinger? It has never been said in the history of this network. I have never said I don't like Cody Bellinger. Never said this. There's like this thing going around, well, Pete doesn't like Cody Bellinger. No. When the Yankees traded for Belly, I loved it. I did the whole Belly. That was me. That was me doing the whole Belly thing. Belly. That was me. You do that for somebody you like. Here's my thing about Bellinger. I just don't want to give him 5+ years. If somebody came to me and said, Pete, the Yankees re-sign him for 4 years, are you upset? No, I'm happy. I'm okay with Cody for 4 years. I am not looking to see Bellinger get a 5+ year deal with the Yankees. I don't want to see that happen. We'll see what happens. That's all I say about him. I like him. I like him a lot. Let's keep it going, Uncle Dom time, baby.
Pete,
there he is.
Fam. Little Manetti getting closer every day, Pete. Pete, I didn't think I was going to be able to get a VM in tonight.
All right.
Been busy with Aunt Mo, and I'm telling you, Pete.
My Aunt Mo.
I'm going nuts with her, but she's doing a good job, man. She's tough. She's my mighty Mo. Pete, we're in. We're out. The talk is starting already. Carl Schwarber. The only guy that's 32 years old that looks like he's about 52. Pete, I don't care, man. If he can give me 30 to 40 and get me to the promised land, let's see. I'm in. I like it. But I am going nuts, Pete. And I think this is an appropriate song.
Oh, we're going to sing it.
Well, I think I'm going out of my head. Yes, I think I'm going out of my head. Over you. Over you. I want you to want me. Kyle, listen. I need you so badly. I can't think of anything but you.
Oh, but you, baby.
And I think I'm going out of my head.
Oh, I'm going out of it.
Yes, I think I'm going out of my head.
I said I'm going out of it.
Going out of my head.
Hey.
Over you. Out of my head.
Hey.
Over you. Out of my head.
Hey.
Day and night. Night and day.
Oh, night and day.
Wrong or right. I must think of a way into your heart. There's no reason why being shy should keep us apart. Come on, Kyle! Don't let me go out of my head!
He wants...
If you're gonna be here, let's fucking go!
He wants Schwabs. I tell you what, this man made a whole song dedicated to Kyle. He said, if you're gonna be here, you're gonna be here, all right? If you're gonna be here, you're gonna be here, damn it. All right? Uncle Dom has made it known he wants Schwarber on this club. They had a little soupy doopy oopy. Where's the super chat over here? I know I got one, damn it. My guy, David Miser, the one, the only. Hey, says Pete. I know this is out of the box. Don't ever block the box on the highway, on the road, all right? People like to block the box. We don't like it. I know this is out of the box, but do you think Alec Bohm from the Phillies could be done for third base? All right, guys, I got to reset everybody here. Good player. Good player. Look, good player. He's a good player. Look, good player. Like good player. Look, he's a good player. Look, good player. Look, he's a good player. Look, good player. Look, all right? I got to reset everybody real quick on something. Because I said this when I was like, Francis, I get it. I know, but we know Brian Cashman. I get it. I know, but we know Brian Cashman. Let me just run something by everybody really quick. Can anybody name me a time that Brian Cashman traded for a player with years of control or had a contract that he just got rid of and replaced them like almost immediately? Can anybody name like one person? I really can't. Anyone? I'll wait. We sat through hell with Josh Donaldson and everybody knew he was done. Everybody knew Josh Donaldson was done. They played the guy until he was turning into dust. Josh Donaldson had to bat like 180 before the Yankees said, yeah, I don't think he's that good anymore, folks. That's when they moved on from him. This is why I'm sitting here going, I get it. If you can upgrade McMahon, you should do it. I believe they could easily trade McMahon in this whole contract. I think somebody would pick it up. I really do. He's a well-liked player. Everybody says he's great in the clubhouse. I think somebody would pick Ryan McMahon up. I have no problem doing so. I don't think Brian Cashman would do that. Grog 5K says Aaron Hicks. How long did it take? How long did it take? Joey Gallo, if you remember. If you remember with Joey Gallo, they still brought him back the next season to play. And everybody knew it was the wrong thing to do at that point. Everybody saw enough and said this guy ain't cut for it. Then the rumors came out that he puts his pants on weird and stuff like that. Remember that shit? He puts his clothes on like one piece at a time and all this other shit. He did all that. Remember? And all the rumors started to come out. Yeah, you know, if the Yankees did their pro scouting, they never would have got him. He can't handle it here. They know that. Look how long it took for DJ LeMahieu. Look how long it took for all of these guys. That's what I'm saying. Do we really, really, really believe that Brian Cashman would come out and say, yes, I just traded for Ryan McMahon. He got more years on his deal. I just traded for him. I am going to go ahead and trade him again. I don't believe it. I have a hard time thinking Brian Cashman will do that. That's my biggest problem. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to do a quick little personal plug if everybody's okay with that. Let me double check one thing. 1 second, guys. I'm not going nowhere, don't worry. But I do just want to do a very quick little plug for everyone here. All right. Why is that not working there? Let me see something. It's working here, but it's not working on my phone. I don't know why. NYYunderground.com is back. NYYunderground.com is back. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm still getting the voicemails. I'm not leaving. Don't worry. I'm just doing a quick plug. NYY Underground, baby, is indeed back. And I love it. Take a look at this, baby. Oh, take a look at this beauty. And by the way, some of you may have missed this, but I want to read this to you guys, right? Oh, yeah, I know you like that logo. Thank you to Francis Lee on that one. But I do want to read this little part right here to you, to our community, because I think a lot of people pass this up. It's a little message I wrote to you guys. Whether it's a live event at Yankee Stadium, a charity gathering in the Bronx, or a standard video on YouTube like we're doing right now, we will always strive to create the optimal environment for you to connect with fellow Yankee fans and celebrate the team we all cherish. You remain our top priority at all times, and we thank you sincerely. Oh, by the way, spoiler alert, that's our new logo. You see it right above? Yeah. And that is also one of them also. Yeah. So we come in like crazy this year. Hey, yo!
Gods.
Whoops! We coming like crazy this year.
Boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear say.
Yes, indeed, folks. Yes, indeed. I want to show you guys something too. This season, as I said before, hats will be sent out in boxes. NYYU logos on them. All right. Got an order today with some hats and some hat chains. So we got that done today. Still got a few of these babies available, by the way. Blacked out snapback, still available. Okay. This beauty right here, still available. World Series patch and all, baby. See if that'll focus on this one. Come on, come on, come on. Get a focus on it. Get a focus on it, will you? Look at that. Mod on. Look at this. Still available. Come on. Come on. Come on. 99, baby. Come on. Now, this is fire. Now, that's fire. Got a few of those available. More on the way. The NYYU hats are also on the way. So just so you guys are aware, we're doing a lot of this stuff in-house. All of our personal t-shirts are all in-house. Everything we're doing is in-house. So very, very excited, very happy that we got all that stuff coming out your guys' way. But go ahead, man, shop. It's that time of the year. Christmas time is here. And by the way, you're not going to find those hats I just showed you. $35. Kicking with Roy knows hats. $35. You're not going to find those hats like that for $35 anywhere. Just so everybody's aware. You're not going to find those hats $35 anywhere else. Just this is what we do for you here at the U, all right? Macho King with it. Let's see what he got.
Macho King.
Oh, shit. Hey, to the underground. Yeah.
Stove has guests now, and it's time for Trius Camp to cook up a team that could win a World Series. And I got about as much confidence in her as I do them ever finding Jimmy off his body. But my mantra this off-season is I want it all, and I want it now. Dig it! Dr. Bellinger, Bo, Murakami, Akamoto, Moro, Phone Home, and Screwball too, yeah! I don't know why I came here tonight. I got the feeling that something ain't right. I'm so scared in case I fall off my chair, and I'm wondering how I get down the stairs, yeah. Hell to the left of me, gas to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with Boone. I don't want to be there in a position I don't want to be in, but I bet you they didn't even care. Tom Mattingly almost won a World Series.
Yep.
After they totally disrespected the public game, slit the dairy ears on the way to the World Series, and the Yankees don't say nothing, they say, like a bunch of jokes. But I call like I see it, and I see a group of squishies with no testosterone for the dude, yeah! There was none of that. Dig it! Schwarber. And they better provide a wheelchair for him to roll around the infield because he's 1,000,000 years old. And that's just what we need, another old fool DH. They need to get younger, stronger, and get some fucking balls. Yeah! Let's fucking go with all my macho maniacs and macho mamas. Stay macho. UWO style. Ooh, yeah. Macho.
Oh, there's nobody like him, damn it. When the macho talks, you listen, baby, because that's what it's all about. And let me say something, man. I see some people in the chat even saying this. And Mach kind of said it right there. You know, go young, man. Go young. Look, I've been I've been a loud voice for Jason Dominguez, but it's been a loud voice for a reason. I think Jason Dominguez is basically exactly the player the Yankees need. And again, do I know for a fact Jason Dominguez is going to get better in the outfield? I don't know. What I do know for a fact is that the Yankees need his offense. The Yankees need a young player that can run. They need a guy that can go from first to third. They need a guy that can score from first on a double in the gap. That's more of what the Yankees need. They need a young player with life, a young player with juice, a young player that fans look at and go, this is why we want to show up to this stadium. But it doesn't mean that you just go young everywhere. I've seen people say, well, Pete, maybe they'll just go ahead and throw Jones and Dominguez out there. That's cool. Maybe. But it better come with something else, because they shouldn't have to be the ones that carry on and make the positive changes that last year's team could not do. That shouldn't be what they need to do. I truly believe that if the Yankees said and did somewhat of my plan, I'm not saying I got the answers. I don't know. You don't really ever know what the hell is going to happen, right? We don't know what the season's going to be. Maybe they surprise us. Maybe they don't. Who the hell knows? But I will say this. I feel like the Yankees make it a lot harder on themselves. I feel like they make this whole process way more difficult than it needs to be. I feel like if I'm the New York Yankees, I could sit down at the table right now and go, you know what? We got a lot of good here. And what is that good? Well, I do know that with my current construction of a club, I can look at my 1 through 3 batters potentially being Dominguez, Rice, and Judge. I think that's pretty damn good. I actually think that's a hell of a start. We're kind of ahead of a lot of teams. We got a really good rotation that could, go through later in the year. Maybe we want to add a pitcher there, but we can, figure all this stuff out as it goes. If we feel that maybe Jason Dominguez is the center fielder, maybe Jason Dominguez is the left fielder, maybe we don't have to spend money on a Cody Bellinger because he wants, 5+ years. Maybe we don't have to do that. Maybe we can make a trade for a player that's out there. Maybe if we added a young starting pitcher, like an Imai, you can then go ahead and say, hey, I like this. It makes sense. I could trade from my depth of my big pool of starting pitchers I have that are either in the major leagues or on the way up. Now it's kind of simple because now I can look around and go, okay, to start the year, I have an infield of Ryan McMahon. He'll have a platoon partner, and I'm not too upset about that. Now, if the Yankees said, we got Okamoto, okay, I'm going to leave Okamoto out. I'm going to make it really simple. You get Bo Bichette, and the Yankees go, we're going to bring back Ahmed Rosario. He's going to platoon at third base. Caballero will get some time there also, platooning at third base with Ryan McMahon, if that's the case, if that's how we go about this thing. Jazz is at second base. Shortstop is Bo Bichette. At first base is Ryan McMahon. Catcher is still Wells. We get a good right-handed bat with him. Now the Yankees are kind of sitting in the weeds. Who is the biggest outfielder that can become available? I don't know. How many teams can the Yankees look at and go, hey, look, man, we got a guy in ERC who was one of the best pitching prospects in the game this year. We also got Carlos Agrane, who was one of the best starting pitchers in the game last year in the minors. He was very good, a lot of talent. Showed a lot of talent. These guys are top 100 prospects. What outfielder could we entice that maybe is cost control that we get our hands on for years to come? Maybe we don't have to give up a George Lombard, and we're happy all around. We just did a couple of things. Jones could be traded, and a few of these other guys. What is those moves that we can then make? How can we make this work? Well, I think that's a pretty good start. And I know there's going to be a lot of people going, Pete, but is that enough? Is that enough of what we can do? Look, the Yankees hit for power last year. They don't really need to add that. The Yankees need to add guys that get on base. The Yankees need to add guys that do not strike out. That's what the Yankees need to do. For the people saying that a Bo Bichette, and let's say they get another outfielder that puts, okay, fuck it. A Steven Kwan or a Brendan Donovan. Let's say those are the two big additions. Steven Kwan, Brendan Donovan type, along with Bo Bichette. Now you're talking about a team that, one, doesn't strike out as much. You made a big difference there. Two, they put the ball in play. And three, you got a way better fundamental team and a team that can move on the bases a bit, more so than ever before. Jason Dominguez in center field or left field. Here's what I'm trying to say, guys. You got to take fucking risk. The Yankees are at a position where risk-taking is probably the best thing they could do at this stage. If you want to win with a guy like Aaron Judge, risk-taking is probably the smartest thing you can do. And the Yankees need to take a risk. They need to sit back and go, hey, look, I know we've put a major focus on defense. We've had a really strong bench last year. I think we can do that again. And I'm not sitting here saying you got to have Jason Dominguez in center field every single day. But what I could say is this. That's what bench players are for. Utilize them. If the Yankees are up 3-1 in the 6th inning and Jason Dominguez just made out, and he might have one more AB, you could sit there and go, you know what? Let's get the better defense in this game. Hey, Jason, I know you're getting your reps. We're going to go ahead and bring somebody in for defense. I'm okay with that. As long as Dominguez is getting his reps and he's starting. I'm all right with that. But you got to take risk. The Yankees can't simply sit there and say, you know what, Anthony Volpe's here. We think maybe there's still potential after the surgery. Who the fuck knows? We can't get Bo Bichette, though, because he plays. Bullshit. 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 Bo Bichette could be a poor defender. Guess where he went as a poor defender this year? He went to the World Series. He went to the World Series, and a team that won the World Series had multiple poor defenders on it. They went to the World Series. Maybe it's time the Yankees take risk. Maybe it's time the Yankees, as I've been saying for a long time now, give some other players the Anthony Volpe treatment. Maybe that's time. Maybe it's time to do that a little bit. Right? Or am I right or wrong here? Maybe it's time to do that. Maybe it's time to say, hey, Jason, we believe in you. Play every day. And if we have a good bench, we could take you out late. Nobody's going to bitch and complain. Maybe it's time they take risk. Maybe it's time that you don't look for just the perfect team that makes everybody happy. Maybe you look for the team that just makes you better. Maybe that's a strange thing to say. I don't know, but sounds like a strategy to me. Get the obvious picks. Make the obvious moves. Forget about trying to be too smart. Who wants to be the smartest person in the room all the time? Who wants to try to outshine and outsmart everybody all the time? How about just make the move that makes the most sense? Bo Bichette. Let Dominguez play. I think the bat is there. Get a center fielder or a left fielder. Swap them. Get a Kwan. Get a Donovan. Cut down on the strikeouts. Got guys that get the long ball. There's no doubt about that. Hell, Jazz might be a 40 home run hitter. Never know. Alex says, sup, Pete? Aguilas improved to 9-1. Licey ends up in last place. Oh, those Licey fans are going to be fairly upset. They're going to be fairly upset right now. Sitting in the basement, baby. The Eagles are flying high. That's definitely like a hawk. That is certainly not an eagle. Not an eagle at all, folks. But yeah, you know the deal there. It's definitely not an eagle, but you try. You try. You know it is. What are you going to do? Let me go ahead. I don't think we have any more voicemails, so we're going to wrap up with that one. But again, guys, I will be doing these live chats all throughout the offseason. As you guys already know, I will not stop doing these. We don't stop working here at the U. Podcast galore still all the time. A lot of updates coming your guys' way. We got some big announcements coming regarding 2020. I was about to say regarding 2027. Wow, I'm a whole year ahead. We got some announcements coming regarding 2026. Some big announcements coming your guys' way. Quick little update. I know a lot of you guys asked about the merchandise before. I believe the black hat is now already sold out, so I have no more of those. All the other hats up here, we still have some. The NYYU shirt, ladies and gentlemen, that is the very first exclusive shirt that we have ever made all by ourselves. We did this ourselves. This shirt is beautiful. All right? This shirt is beautiful. You hear me? Go and get it. There is not a lot of these left. There is not a lot of shirts left. Do not miss it. Get it. Stanleys are on the way. NYYU 40-ounce Stanleys are on the way. The new official NYYU hat is also on the way. I think we're starting with 10, but then I think I got like 15 more coming. So they're on the way, folks. A lot of great things happening. Again, we're doing merchandise all in-house. So great way to help out the U and help us grow to be the powerhouse that we know we are going to be, baby. That is exactly what we're going to be, the powerhouse of this game. That is NYYU. With that being said, folks, much love to each and every one of you. Peace out, baby. Until next time, deuces. Catch you guys later. We'll see what the Yankees do, but when they make moves, we'll be here for. Wait, Andrew, my guy, what's up, brother?
Thank you for being a friend.
Bagul. Bo, Tucker, Judge, Schwarber, Stanton, Belly. Well, love this lineup. Let's go, Hal. It's just fucking money. Let's go. And by the way, I forgot about something. Where's Hal? You thought I forgot. He thought I forgot. Where's Hal? Sucking down cannolis by the pound. That's where he is. David says, do anything special for the winter meetings? David, I feel like you've been here before. David. I go live for hours, baby. I go live for hours. Winter meetings. Stop it. Come on. Winter meetings is my time, baby. I'm here. I'll sit down with a little cup of coffee. I'll sit there all day if I have to. I'll sit there all day if I have to. That's all there is to it. With that being said, guys, peace out. Until next time, adios, senor pelota.
We got it next. That's how you finesse. We come for they next. We come to collect. Did it all on my own, yeah. When it brought it back home, yeah. Now they calling my phone, yeah. But I'm all in my zone. They not a threat. Tell them reset. When they're at their best. We still not impressed. Did it all on my own, yeah. When it brought it back home, yeah. Bought a watch with the stones, yeah. Caught them watching my throne, yeah. Ain't no one doing the shit that we doing. Ain't nobody moving.